All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Monogatari, Often Monster, Episode 6.
God
There's-
Nadeko.
Yeah, there's a god, and she's upset, and she wants to do a homicide.
Yep.
Okay.
Murder.
Are you my murder? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I think this is going to go smoothly.
I think this is going to go fine, and the fact that Yotsuki is out of commission, I think that's not going to be an issue,
Yep.
Yeah. You've got everything you need, Nadeko.
I think she's got everything she needs. I think in a lot of ways, this is going to be one of those like Monogatari examples of where it's the like, you thought this would be like a crazy battle or something?
No.
Like, no, it's not like we're summoning Kiss Shot, Acerola, Orion, Heart Under Blade to do some kind of like,
Exactly.
Apparition versus apparition fight here.
That would involve potentially talking to your crush, so we can't have that.
So you need to talk to yourself and resolve the stuff within yourself so that you can save yourself.
So,
Because you've got manga to write.
that's right.
So.
And what's a god to a mangaka?
Right. So,
Yeah.
y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. Yeah.
That's right.
Walk confidently. Yeah.
She's got herself. What do you got?
All of them are me. Let's go!
Okay.
Oh, the music?
I got plenty of paper.
This whole building is filled
Oh,
with my
shit.
weapons.
Oh shit!
Well,
Okay.
whoa. Whoa.
Uh-oh. Now what if this was also a fake and the real one was sneaking up? Okay, cool.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, you
Catch
made a
it.
mistake. You jumped into melee range.
She is strong though.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect.
噛み砕いて言えばね
Nice.
Oh!
She blended in.
What a play!
Yep.
What
Victory.
a play! That's so fun.
手品の種明かし
Yes!
その100人の中に混ざってしまえと私は
Genius!
で旧ハートアンダーブレードの使う物質創造能力だね。
もう
Yeah, that is kind of terrifying.
Yeah, so why not, clothes and stuff?
ダミーの作戦が必要でしょうだから私はデザインを変更した魚デコを再起動させ
Fun!
そのためのまっすぐなコース作りをおののきちゃんのアンリミテッドルールブックに
Oh, yeah, all of that was part of it as well.
それだけで十分僕はお前を評価するよ。安全圏にいた神撫子からは変わり果てた。もうあの頃のお前じゃないんだ。
No naivete, yeah.
Yeah.
Think you can just shut yourself off from everything.
しっかり絵にして残してやればいいんじゃないの。
絵にして
I suppose I could do that.
You gotta start somewhere.
お前はもうここから離れた方がいい。
Probably a good idea.
お前には行かなきゃいけない場所があるんだろう。
Oh, 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 oh.
やあ戦国ちゃん
Hey.
Ha! A yellow Volkswagen bug, too.
Okay.
大丈夫心得ているとも
Interesting color choice.
扇さんは何を知っているんですか
僕は何も知らないよ
I just know what I know. No.
疲れて恨まれて嫌われて
Right, everything happening to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, completely passive, yeah.
生まれるようなことをしなかったって言えるでしょうか。
Yeah, definitely not, no.
はっはー、何の話をしているの。いじめられる方も悪いってやつかい。
そうは言いません。向こうのやったことは最悪だと。
Right, right. But the difference is now you're taking an active role, so you're looking for ways you can take responsibility in things.
でも被害者で居続けることで周囲をみんな加害者にしてしまいました。
眼蓄のある話だね。
Yeah, there is.
全部昔の話だろ。
全部今の話なんです。
Right, it's all me.
だから彼女は他の3人の戦国なでこにいいように利用されていると最初からガチガチに。
Rather than her using them.
大人でこがしたかったのは
Yeah,
時間稼ぎだったんです。
because there was a deadline approaching.
自分がしたいことをしようとしてたんです。でも扇さんは本当はもう知ってるんでしょ。
No, I don't know anything.
私の行き先を心得ているというのなら。
去年の君がしたかったこと、やり残していることといえば、
Oh, Senjugahara?
恋敵だった戦場ヶ原先輩をぶっ殺すことだろ。
Damn.
全然違えよ。そんな察しの悪さでなぜ登場しやがった。今すぐ直江津高校に向かい。
Oh,
That's-
okay.
Ah!
That was great.
That was really
No,
funny.
you think I'd do something like that?
無駄だよ。あの人は
Yeah.
もうこ
Yeah. Time's passed.
それくらいのこと、あなただって最初からちゃんと分かってたでしょ。私が分かっていたんだから。
Maybe still couldn't accept it though.
中学2年生にも高校3年生にも神様にも、永遠に待っていても白馬の王子様は迎えに来てはくれないし、
Right.
Whoa.
こんなところでいつまでも待ってないでみんなのところに戻ろう。
Yeah. There's a whole other world
Yeah.
that you're
Cut
not
yourself
living
off
in.
from.
Yeah.
魚でこも神なでこもあなたが自分から動き出すのを待ってるから。
In fact, they're excited for you to take action on your own.
こんなに好きなのに、待ってるだけで楽しいのに、思ってるだけで幸せなのに。
Whoa.
That's how she really knows she's grown up.
Yeah.
約束する。また私は誰かのことを好きになる。
Oh.
Oh, that's so precious.
あなたの失恋を絶対に失敗に
Well said.
と、あなたがなりたい私になるから、がっかりされない私でいるから。
Oh.
That's right.
Say no. Oh, she dissolves as she makes the leap. Yeah.
私はあなたと一緒だから。
Ah.
Oh.
All together.
まだまだ大人になんてなれそうもありませんけれど、この日私はほんの少しだけお姉さんになりました。
Wow. Oh.
That goes up there.
Yeah.
In like,
Yeah.
obviously, Monogatari has some peak episodes.
Right, but that
But
was
this goes into like the discussion for the top like 10 to 20, I would say. And that's saying something. Like,
well, because there are times when Monogatari will do something that feels just technically brilliant in a way, where it's like, you're doing something so off the wall and you make it work and all that stuff.
Right.
But like this just feels like a beautiful character moment, you know?
right. Oh, I love that something that felt like it could have been an epilogue to Nadeko's character actually is the true completion
Yeah,
of
it's
her story.
Hey, did you
even
think
though
about-
it's not that she grew up to, become like no longer a child or what have
Yeah.
you, but
She
she
grew up a
made
little
progress
bit.
here.
Yeah, it's in the same way that her conclusion in the original series was very much just and now her journey begins. This
Right.
is okay, here's that next step.
Yeah, here's chapter 1.
後日談であり前日談。
Ah, yes.
とりあえず玄関のこととか引き抜かれてた電話線とか私がかば
Nice.
多分私の親友のなでこちゃんが勝手に留守宅に上がり込んでいろいろ悪事の限り
I I don't think that's covering for her.
言っておいてあげたから。
You chaos monster.
No, not at all.
そう蔑すんだめ
Ah!
おやつを曲がりなりにも我が主様の妹
Yes, yes.
もっとも道理を引っ込める無理筋ではあるからの。
Nonsensical.
これ手土産じゃ前髪娘
Little Miss Bangs.
元前髪娘と言うべきか。
Right, yeah.
うぬと一緒に食べようと思うての。
Wow, the honor.
Yeah.
できる技能を身につけたそうではないか。
So please,
じゃか
draw
ら試
donuts.
みに
Yeah.
これらを書いて。
Let us be goddesses together.
Indeed.
Infinite donut works.
出来上がったドーナツを紙面から立体化することには成功しましたが、味の方が来週。
じゃあ次は精密機械を実験してみようか。
What kind of precision instruments?
しのぶちゃんは実験をする風を装って特殊技能の使い方をレクチャ
Huh. Okay.
Nice, nice.
ーに、しかし根節丁寧に享受してくれていたのです。
Cool. Oh,
Uh-huh.
ではわしから言えることはないの。
you might not be able to make 4 of yourself, but you have a vampire that
Right.
doesn't need sleep and can help you as much as you want.
Exactly.
今度そんなアホなことを言う愚か者が
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
みたいなやつはたとえ100回生まれ変わってもまたまた憎たらしいやつじゃろうよ。
I think that was a compliment.
Yeah.
夕飯まで食べて帰った月日ちゃんでした。
イエーイ。
Peace, peace.
We have victory.
Yes.
今日はお前にいい話を持ってきた。
And Tsukihi is unconscious, so that means Yotsuki is safe.
その結果次第ではそれ以降も定期的にお前に仕事。
But I'm gonna be very busy with my manga, see?
ガエンさんは評価したわけじゃない。評価したのはトラブルに対する落ち
Oh.
暴走した4体の式紙をその日のうちに全員回収してみせた。
That is quite impressive.
その通りだよ、ナデコ。僕はプロの専門家としてシビアでドライで
Yes, yes. Very professional.
念のためひいては自分が楽をするために
There we
Yes.
go. That's it.
So I could go back to eating ice cream.
どうして僕がお前みたいなやつに親切にしていたのかこれで分かっただろ
You are very helpful for me.
Ah, I got brain freeze. Just imagining that.
う。まあ取材のつもりで
Sure.
不可思議な世界を覗いてみるのもいいんじゃないの。
Might inspire stories in the future.
足元がおろそかになってるなんて言われたりしましたけれど、どうやら私は
He's gone to work to make
漫
things
画家と
complicated.
専門
And
家
now
の二足のわら
literally
じを履くこ
had
とになりそうで、
a life-changing offer brought before you because
Right.
you focused on yourself for a little bit. Wow.
Nice.
Very fun.
That was sweet. That was really sweet.
The episode got even better. The episode got even better.
Yep. It could have ended there.
They
and
even
it
made a
didn't.
joke about how, it's not like we would summon Kishad, Ace of Orion, Heart Thunder Blade. Here she just shows up casually to be like, hey, you're all right, kid. Like, you can relax and chill. Like,
Yep.
who would say such heartless things?
Right.
Wow, there's some people out there.
Man,
Wow.
the nerve.
Okay.
That was
Yeah.
beautiful. That was delightful.
Monogatari gave us another arc finale to remember for the ages.
Yep.
This was a fantastic end to Nadeko's story,
Yeah.
giving her a satisfying way to defeat God Nadeko was very fun.
Yep.
But then also it being something where it revealed that no, ultimately all the Nadeko familiars were ultimately played to go and do the heavy lifting so that
Yeah.
Meek Nadeko
Could
do-
go and confess to Araragi.
could go and find him. But
Yep. And
of
I
course,
love.
she has no understanding of the passage of time. And she's
Exactly.
stuck in the past with her
Yeah,
crush,
that
so
was-
she goes back to
Where he's not even there anymore.
Yeah,
That,
go back to the school.
that was fantastic.
That was wonderful.
Like that was such a great way to do it. Because like I had a feeling that Araragi was going to come into play, but also I was like, well, they specifically haven't shown Araragi, and I kind of don't want them to because the whole point is that Nadeko's moved on, right?
And having Ogi be the throughput for a lot of the exposition and kind of the
Yep.
sounding board for Nadeko was fun to play
Yes.
on that a little bit.
Absolutely.
But having it be post everything with Owari, then it's actually truly a different person now, and it's not just some stand-in.
And no, Nadeko was not going to go and try and kill Senjigahara.
No.
That is not the kind of person that she was.
No, like there might have been a point where the jealousy got really high. But
that's God Nadeko, right?
Yeah.
You know.
Well, also God Nadeko, and I love that they address this here. God Nadeko's goal was also to utilize every bit of power to, like, keep the walls up.
Yeah, by like in attaining infinite power. Fantastic. Now I'm safe. No one can hurt me.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was really beautiful to have then our Nadeko address Meek Nadeko and not just thank her for the effort all along, but also kind of bring her back in and being like, I'm not going to forget everything that you went through. Yep. I'm going to turn it into a beautiful story that then is going to help others. And
that was a wonderful way to do it.
I felt really emotional about it. There's just something about acknowledging your past self and the naivete and the rampant chaotic emotions and all the messiness of it.
I will fall in love again.
Thank you for what you did. It's okay.
Yep.
You can let it go now.
Right.
I've got the reins. We'll take it from here.
We're all right.
And we're going to be all right. And even so, I'm going to take the little nuggets of wisdom that you left me along the way.
Yep.
And that's about all we can do, because when we grow up, there's a lot that gets left behind and it doesn't get picked back up.
Nope.
It's just abandoned and gone. Some of that is the childlike pining and wonder at love and becoming swept up in your emotions to the point that you actually forget how to live properly.
Sure.
You know?
Oh yeah.
But no, we can channel a facsimile of that. We can bring that to life in fiction, in a fake, in a thing that we can actually use to look at in 3 dimensions and go,
well,
that's something that I can draw strength from. And
the things that need to be left behind is not what you're doing, but it's the lack of balance with how you're doing it, right?
Sure.
It's not the pining after someone. It's the waiting there forever and, pretending to be asleep and sleep through the whole day because that way maybe someone might, kiss you awake, right?
Right.
Like that's...
Yeah.
We don't need that.
No.
Right? We don't need that. But pining after people? Absolutely. Falling in love? Absolutely. Right? Like, and so that was such a wonderfully caring way for Nadeko to bid Meek Nadeko farewell.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah, I love Nadeko's story as the layers of indirection that they go through by having this story, this manga or this light novel told through the anime about a character who's writing or wants to write a manga, but then has an existential crisis when the deadline of life decisions and growing up and your future and all that basically shatters you in a moment where you have to reevaluate everything and look at your individual pieces and fragments and think about, okay, which ones are we actually taking with us?
How are we doing okay?
Right.
Yeah.
And Nadeko had been one of the characters who was the most passive in her crashing out state in the earlier parts of the anime. So then to have her go through all these extreme whiplash moments and then here to have her take control of those in her own way was really
being proactive, because even in the times when Nadeko wasn't passive in the original series, it was very much her being reactive, which if you think about it is kind of another form of being passive. Right? It's just, I'm not going to inject anything into here, but just, something happened. All right, well,
that justifies every kind of response.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever impulse that comes from that, that's what happens.
Yeah. And so it was kind of fun to see her drawing the very fine line between not like victim blaming herself, but basically saying, I can take some responsibility for the ways in which I did act in that.
Yeah, there's the element,
and there's a very fine line in how you navigate that. in your own form of reflection. And
yeah, I'm gonna throw out there
self-discovery.
that this is one of the important aspects of this is that you're kind of the only person who can do this.
Correct.
Because her doing this with herself, that's both her understanding herself, but also her making a decision, right? A qualitative decision about what she can handle.
Yeah.
No one else can make that decision for you. And so if someone then goes into and attempts to do this, but it's not you, you're doing that for someone else, then you just have victim blaming, and that's no good, right?
Right.
And so it's the, you're not just blaming yourself, but you're taking responsibility, right? You're saying, I am going to take control of my own life. I'm going to decide what I do and what I don't do. And the idea that, I had friends and stuff that made mistakes and all that, but I certainly didn't do anything to stop them. Like, I love that as a way to showcase that, I can't control their decisions or anything like that, but it's a pretty shitty friend, or maybe not even a friend at all, that when someone you care about is doing something harmful, you just sort of sit back and watch. Like, that's no good.
Yeah, I loved Ogi kind of being the soundboard for a lot of this, of like, oh wow, that's a lot to unpack. like just being like, oh, like you're not getting into victim blaming, or oh boy, that's a lot. But what does that have to do now? Like, we're moving on, right? And I love that she talked about how, because she had the perspective that her past earliest self that was represented by the familiars was the weakest one, that thus she was being used by all of them, because it was her thought that, like, oh, if you don't have power, basically in this case there, then other people are going to use you.
Right.
And thus
so
she was the victim.
Anything goes if you end up manipulating them. Great, because you're weaker than them, so that's just what you have to do, right?
Right. And Nadeko did basically the same thing back in the past, where she let the agency be taken up by other people.
Oh, sure. Like she knew Araragi didn't love her. And then, oh, hey, well, since I don't have any power in that respect with regards to my relationship with him or Senjigahara or anything like that, well, I guess it's not a problem if I become a god then, right?
I do think they're potentially hinting at something here with the Ogi going to Senjigahara's place a little bit, when there seemed to be a little bit of some kind of drama potentially going on with Senjigahara and Araragi in the last phone call kind of incident.
Oh.
Potentially, but I don't know what to draw from that, other than I'm just making a mental note of it. But then the scene with the two Nadekos outside the school.
It was beautiful.
To me, this is the masterpiece of the episode.
Yep.
Getting to have this conversation, the way in which we have in classic Monogatari style, the stuff in the background accenting and adding so much weight to the dialogue of what's going on. And I loved the declarations, basically, that our Nadeko gave to Meek Nadeko of, basically, you can wake up from the dream. There's no magical, solution coming to you if you just wait here long enough. And then the world basically fades into white as it's okay, you're waking up. And then she just goes to this beautiful, colorful place, and the world just is completely reborn as
it opens up.
She's realizing that, like, okay, we've moved on.
And the simple question of just, then you don't love him anymore. That's,
like, is that who he became?
Right. That's such a wonderful way to have that side of Nadeko kind of bite back. There's all the stuff that she says after that. That's the flowery, poetic specificity of what that means, to the two of them, right? But I think one of the things that for me has made it hardest to grow up or move on or things like that when I'm in a situation maybe similar to this is the element of, like, I don't want to lose the part of myself that is the part of me that's willing to do this, the part of me that is willing to be so entirely, say, captivated by someone, or the part of me that is optimistic about the future and, believing that, something magical can happen and all that stuff, right? Like, not wanting to become jaded as a result of growing up, right? But, and kind of using that as a way to cover up for the pragmaticness that needs to come along, like to temper that.
Okay.
And so I loved that as a little plea, basically, with the, yeah, I know, but I don't want to, and you don't want to either, right? Like, because it means all of this other stuff, right? And then, and as the final thing for Nadeko to basically put to rest.
Yeah. I'll make sure to become the person who you wanted me to become.
Right.
I feel like every once in a while it's important for us as people to reflect on who it was that we in our younger selves did want to become, and think back and trace the underlying cause of that, like why you thought that, why you dreamed that, why you wanted or had a goal with regards to that. Because if there was a point where it was so pure, it arrested every fiber of your being, then even if it was naive, immature, and a bit, like you're saying, not as pragmatic, there was probably something in there that's worth holding on to through the acknowledgement that, like, hey, that dream might not be realistic. It might not be SMART, as far as goals go.
Right. We do actually have to live our lives and everything.
We do have to actually, eat, sleep, and,
It is important to dream and to keep the dreams alive. That does not put food in your stomach, so let's figure out how to do both,
Right.
Yeah.
So I just felt very touched emotionally in that, because I think that art and storytelling is the way by which we get transported across time and space to these ideas that are not and feelings that are not just the dreams and thoughts and beliefs that you had at a specific age and time, but they're themselves timeless. So I get the reminder that, oh, right, I have dreams too.
Right.
Oh, right, I have a person that I wanted to become that I've only held on to 20% of that over the course of the last, 25 years or something.
That's why we can have the whole conclusion with God Nadeko be done before the OP, because that's not what the episode or the arc is actually about, right?
Right.
Even though the way that Nadeko ended up pulling one over on God Nadeko is poetic and does show her character growth.
Yes.
And that she's willing to get that little bit uncomfortable. She's willing to accept those other sides of herself that are
Take
real parts of
risks.
herself and take risks, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I also am meek Nadeko even still. And so, yeah, all right.
And so she literally
blend
played like Meek Nadeko,
Yeah, exactly,
and
right?
got them all to fight on her behalf for her as well.
Because the idea of, like, the meekness and the yes, you don't do the things that are wrong or whatever. You don't let yourself mess up because, like, you don't let yourself do anything because that'll keep you from messing up. And it's the there's elements where that is definitely helpful, right?
Sure.
If you think you're in a situation where you might do something really destructive or whatever,
or just a really hostile environment.
a really hostile environment,
Yep.
whatever. Yeah, absolutely. Being passive can be the way to go.
Yep.
But it isn't always the way to go.
In fact, I would say generally
it's not, right? It's something that's helpful to have in your tool belt. And
Right.
oh, hey, when going into this supremely hostile environment where you're going up against a violent god that's pissed off and, talking about delighting in murder,
blows away the first thing that moves.
Yeah, having some meekness might be really helpful. But hey, you were brave in that meekness all at the same time.
Acted in that meekness.
Yep. So, good job. You
Yeah.
passed with flying colors.
Yeah. Gain was not impressed with your familiar summoning.
Yes,
She was impressed
yes.
with your ability to remain cool under pressure.
Right.
The idea that what you did is pretty dope. Yeah. You're generally pretty smart, Nadeko. I would say like your cunning was on display here.
Even a powerful vampire like Shinobu wants to immediately see. So can you make these donuts?
So like can we like test
How
the
far
limits
can
of
we
this
go
with
with
regards
this?
to organic versus inorganic matter, and then like implements, tools, and all that
It
stuff.
tastes like shit. Okay, well,
Okay, maybe the crystallization of all consumption, the donut. Well, that's a bit out of our reach. Let's
can-
draw things back down to reality.
Yeah.
Okay, let's conjure some, pencils.
Right.
Like I love that. That's fun. But yeah, most of the time when it comes to taking an active role in your life in some way, most of it is going to come down to whether you're capable of following through with the plan you actually set out. Because coming up with a plan that's this genius super plan where you basically Loki trickster style beat a god in this way, it's like, fuck yeah, let's go, that's sick. But can you do it? Like, can you sit there in the moment, in the stress, in the anxiety, in the fear, in the
act
uncertainty,
calmly?
and walk forward step by step? Things are blowing up to the left and right of you.
Well, see, that's also where she was secretly five-head with the strat. She imitated meek Nadeko. So if she's terrified and her knees are knocking and she's like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Well, that's what all the other ones are doing too. And so it's, you blend in pretty well.
I mean, sure, but a lot of meek Nadekos got blown away in that attack. And I love that they had that happen, because one of the things that could have been a little bit undercutting this whole risk that she was taking is that none of the meek Nadekos got caught up in the attack, in the fight, basically. But because a bunch of them did, it's like, oh my god, one of those literally could have been Nadeko.
Yeah, no, she probably just talked with the Wrath Nadeko and being like, hey, so I'm going to get up there, but I need to get, to the other side of the room before you show up.
Yeah.
Wait a
little bit. No, let me
wait a
have it,
little.
let me
No,
have it.
calm down.
Yep. Meaty episode. Great end of it. Having Shinobu show up in the shadow of Tsukihi after Tsukihi's like, yeah, I totally covered for you. It's like,
No, you did not at all. In fact,
didn't. Okay.
You're a dirty rat, is what you are.
Yeah.
And then the idea of like, oh yeah, it drains an immense amount of energy of the person whose shadow it is.
Right.
Thankfully, Tsukihi's a phoenix, so it doesn't really matter. She'll be fine.
For sure.
And oh hey, we even gave Yotsuki a window where she could show up in relative safety because, oh, fantastic, you knocked out the monster? All right, okay, so I'm here, let's talk.
I love the little notes of the individual things that she could do and couldn't do as well. I love that we got all the way to a real person, hot guy, aliens, spirits, time machine. It's like, no, none of that stuff.
Yeah,
it's not pure imagination in reality or what have you. You're still limited to things that could be about the size of on this piece of paper, and maybe if they're a person, they're not even really real, but they're more connected to you. So you're drawing from things that you actually have within you, basically.
It's a fake that's very similar to the real thing.
Yeah. But awesome.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Having also Yotsugi just kind of encouraging her in this way by like, I have a professional deal for you, so you can do this, and that way I don't have to work as hard. Yeah. So then I can just sleep and not be bothered by you lovely people,
Right.
like
Now, take this popsicle.
Yes. Yeah, and so she gets her fairy tale ending in that, you could live your life as magical girl if you wanted to. That's
true.
That's right there.
That is
a magical girl writing manga. Like
that's a pretty sweet
deal.
That's
pretty cool. That might as well be a Cinderella type ending.
Also, I will say, if you want to do the post about your journey online, and all of that stuff as a way to help garner a following, if you're also talking about yourself as doing a bunch of supernatural shit that is really happening, but it doesn't matter if people don't believe it, because since it's really happening, it will have a lot of internal consistency.
Yes.
And, that'll just add to the whole deal.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've actually found that some of my favorite stories to create in like a short story sense, because I find that I don't really have the mental capacity to stick to a single story for a long period of time. And in some ways, people have said that if you want to practice writing, getting good at writing, confine yourself to writing a short story.
Sure.
And then when you write enough of them, you kind of realize how a large story is sometimes a bunch of short stories strung together with like a consistent theme or a consistent main character or a consistent.
And I imagine, even though I haven't done like too much short story practice, but then that would help you avoid the writer's bloat problem.
Yes.
Where there's a bunch of shit in there that doesn't need to be in there.
Right, but the thing that I'll cheat out is I'll play like a video game or like a thing that actually happened but has this indirection from the real world, and then I'll change the dates, names, places, the proper nouns and everything, and suddenly I've got this fantastical story.
So like if you did as an example,
like I played a bunch of Elden Ring Night Rain, and then it's like there's this really intense story. Chase
or like
Baldur's, beat the clock.
Baldur's Gate 3, and then it's just a bunch of squid people aliens show up.
Right. You can absolutely just hook, line, sinker, steal like the whole thing there, and as long as you're just changing up enough you find a bunch of these little punchy stories.
Yeah, because so much of the developing the skill of writing is not actually having the idea. No. It is putting an idea onto paper.
Yes.
And so for the purposes of practice,
right.
I could see it being something where you don't necessarily need to be too original with the idea, because one, you're not going to be original in the first place. And so if you are ripping off something, that's probably fine.
No, I know.
At least for getting started.
At least for me, for getting started, and when I would be practicing this kind of stuff, that would help get the initial thing off the mind into the page. And then usually not more than like 200, 500 words into the whole thing, it's already deviating into its own thing.
Sure, yeah.
Because it takes a life of its own.
Well, because you're not going to, let's be real. It's kind of like the whole thing of like with acting. Like if you just try and entirely rip off someone else's acting style, whether you're talking voice or, whatever, that's fine, because you're not going to be good enough to be able to perfectly replicate it. And if you can, great, there's a market for that. But, you probably won't be able to. And so go for it. And you attempting that's just called taking inspiration.
It is. That literally is what it is. Yeah.
And then, what'd you come up with? Cool.
Yeah. And usually by about the time you're done with the 1,000, words or kind of thing, at least for me, I'm not usually that invested in it anymore, because it's like I look at it because I kind of come out of my fugue state and look at it like, sure, this is dog shit,
Right. So that way you're building the habit of writing when you get the hankering for it,
right?
But also
having such low investment. In it.
Right. But coming to the proper understanding of yourself. Right. And how much investment you actually have in the writing of it, because not just in the idea of having a finished story. That way you can be like, oh, cool, I found out I don't actually want to do this.
I don't, yeah.
And so I did a bit of it, and then I'm done, and that's it.
Right.
Huh, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. But all right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You got an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general. Also, be sure to check out our Twitch channel. See if any of that interests you. We'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.